Hockmeyer Equipment Corporation, providing process solutions around the world. Milling. The process used to deagglomerate pigments and other solids in the manufacture of chemical coatings, paints, inks, and cosmetics. A well-milled product is more efficient and cost-effective in developing color. It achieves more brilliance and consistency with less pigment required. A finer, more uniform grind helps produce more durable and color-fast coatings.
Pigments are either mined or produced synthetically. It's important to break the agglomerates down to the initial particle size of the pigment. By doing this, you increase color development, tint strength, gloss, and transparency. It's also very important to have a uniform dispersion throughout the batch. This also contributes to better color development.
But milling doesn't just affect the product, it's the major component of the entire production process. Milling should be fast, efficient, and provide a final product that meets or exceeds specifications.
Mills are critical to production. It's very important that mills not be the bottleneck in the production process. It's also very important that the product that is produced on the mills meets company standards.
Mills have been available since the 20s, and a number of types are available on the market today. In the early 90s, Hockmeyer Equipment Corporation revolutionized the industry with the introduction of the HSD mills. Hockmeyer Equipment developed a new kind of media mill that is submerged into the mixing vat and consolidates mixing and milling into one operation. Not only were pumps, hoses, and transfer tanks eliminated, but the time required to produce a finished product was cut dramatically. The result? A finer grind in less time. And since all the material goes through the milling chamber many times, the particle size is consistently uniform. It's this high performance that out of 5,000 candidates earned Hockmeyer Equipment Corporation the Valor Award for significant notable equipment development in the chemical processing industry.
I'm Herman Hockmeyer, president of Hockmeyer Equipment and the inventor of the HSD mill. Choosing a mill is an important consideration for any company because it affects how they must formulate, how long it will take to produce that formulation, and ultimately the viability and profitability of their product. I'm proud to introduce a quantum breakthrough in milling technology, the HCP mill. The HCP mill enables formulators to work with pore wetting vehicles such as polyamides and acrylics, as well as pore wetting pigments like Van Dyke brown, phthalo blue, or burnt umber. The HCP mill features an insert with long counter pegs that cause a 40% increase in media contact intensity. The result? The job gets done 40% faster. The insert is easily removed to mill more shear and impact-sensitive products. It's really like having two machines in one. It's the most technically advanced mill available in the world today, and given the return on the investment, it's the smartest decision a company can make.
Let's take a look at how the HSD mill works and compare it to the horizontal mill. With the HSD mill, you simply add the materials to the batch tank, drop in the mill, and turn it on. That's it. Dry pigment can even be added directly to the mill. With a horizontal mill, you must first pre-mix the batch to a Hegman grind of 0, then hook up the hoses, set up pumps, and prepare a receiving tank. Then, you finally start milling. Not only is the HSD mill much faster to set up, it's much faster to produce the correct grind. Typically, a comparably sized HSD mill works 4 times faster than a horizontal mill. And now with the introduction of the HCP series, you can mill up to 8 times faster than a comparably sized horizontal mill. The HSD mill can also handle a wider range of viscosities. The impellers can be changed in about 5 minutes to optimize the flow rates for even highly viscous materials. If necessary, water can be pumped through the jacketed tank to reduce batch temperatures. A look inside the HSD mill shows why it's not only faster, but also does a better job. Material flows down into the mixing chamber through an opening in the top of the dome. Even highly viscous materials are easily handled with the addition of an upper impeller. In the mixing chamber, pegs mounted on the central shaft rotate through the media, energizing it for rapid deagglomeration. The counter peg design features an additional set of non-rotating pegs that increase the amount of energy applied to the media, making the process even more effective. Since there are no material traps inside the unit, what goes in comes out. Material passes out of the mixing chamber through a blade that constantly mixes the contents of the batch tank and generates the flow that reprocesses the material. Multiple passes through the mixing chamber assure a consistent particle size in a minimal amount of time. Material passes through a horizontal mill only once unless you reset and run it through again. A single pass creates wide particle size variations in the product. Material moves through the bead field at different rates, causing dwell time variations. Multiple passes are used to correct this deficiency. This at least doubles, triples, and even quadruples the production time. An added feature of the HSD mill is the cooling dome. Even though the HSD mill works so quickly, it can still generate a little heat within the batch. Running chilled water through the dome helps to control batch temperatures. In some cases, where longer run times may be required, water jacketing the tank is advisable. When the milling process is complete, the HSD mill purges itself of nearly 99% of the material in the chamber. This typically results in a 3% savings over a horizontal mill, which wastes material in the hoses, pump, mixing chamber, and tank. As batch sizes get smaller in the horizontal mill system, the losses get significantly larger as a percentage of the batch. With the Hockmeyer HSD mill, you could say that at a minimum, you gain a free batch of material for every 33 you process with the HSD mill. Cleaning the HSD mill is a snap. Simply lower the mill into a tank of the appropriate solvent and turn it on. After about 10 minutes, the mill is clean and ready for another batch. In the event of extreme color change, like from black to white, the mill can be disassembled, the media changed, and back in operation in under an hour in most cases. A horizontal mill with the hoses, tanks, and external pumps could take as long as half a day to clean, maybe longer. Another area where the HSD mill maximizes production is maintenance. Only 3 items need periodic changing: the basket screen, the pegs, and the bushing. These items can be changed in minutes, and only routine maintenance has ever been required. But what about the quality of the grind and particle consistency? Look at the graphs of particle size distribution for the HSD mill compared to the horizontal mill. The horizontal mill has a fairly broad spectrum of particle size, while the HSD mill sample is composed mostly of a single particle size. Clearly, the HSD mill is the superior performer. The benefits of the HSD mill are numerous. Less pigment required to meet color standards, better transparency of colors and gloss, less power consumption, less production time, less waste, and almost no maintenance. Here's an example of how the HSD mill saves time, manpower, and money. These are results of a large paint manufacturer who compared their old 50-liter horizontal mills to a newly installed HSD mill. The required daily volume was 3,200 liters. This was previously done using 4 horizontal mills, each processing 800-liter batches. The total bead volume was 172 liters. Each mill was powered with 50 horsepower motors for a total of 200 horsepower. The 3,200-liter batch required all 4 mills to run for 8 hours. The total pigment to meet the color standard was 640 kilograms, with color development below satisfactory. Cleaning the 4 horizontal mills took a total of 400 liters of solvent. In comparison, the HSD mill was a single unit with a 30 horsepower motor and a bead volume of only 19 liters. An 800-liter batch was processed in 1 hour and 40 minutes. All 4 batches were processed in less than 7 hours. The total pigment required was 620 kilograms, and color development was above satisfactory. The HSD mill was cleaned with only 80 liters of solvent. It's no wonder this company is so happy with the HSD mill. It's become a real plus for their bottom line.
We have been in the process equipment business for over 60 years. We are committed to developing a strong technology and a strong service base for our customers. We make our research and development facilities available to our clients so they may come and test their products on our mills. With service and sales offices throughout the United States, we're never very far away.
More color per pound of pigment, faster turnaround, easier cleaning, less hazardous waste, higher efficiency, finer grinds, better color development, and competitively priced. That's the Hockmeyer HSD Mill. Call us today for more information.